The City of Witches, Chapter 38. Waiting for Angelo, Chapter 2. Angelo was getting really impatient in the boarding line. To get any kind of entertainment, he counted the tiles on the floor. He then started playing with the line barriers. The waiting was getting longer and longer. Angelo simply wanted to get into the plane. He then started to count the people in the line over and over. The wait truly seemed to have no end. Angelo felt himself going insane, but just at that moment his phone rang. He didn't recognize the caller, but the number was from abroad. "Oh, what now?" said Angelo, and answered the call. "Who is this?" "Good morning, Mr. Angelo," said the caller. "It's me, Mr. Roman. I ordered your help." That did explain why Angelo received such a call while on the airport. It looked like the client wanted to discuss some details before Angelo arrived to carry out his job. But couldn't he at least waited until Angelo landed? Or at least after he was sitting in the plane before the start, but after the boarding procedure, that would be nice. "I assume you're calling me because you want to discuss some details of that help of yours, don't you?" asked Angelo. "Yes, exactly. Well, kind of," said Mr. Roman. That sounded strange. That sounded like the job got unexpectedly complicated. "Wait, what do you mean by kind of?" asked Angelo. "Well, I might have complicated some things," said Mr. Roman, just as Angelo expected. "Not necessarily in the terms of the job itself, just in the terms of business. I hope it's alright with you." "Hey, get to the point. What are those complications you're talking about?" said Angelo. All right. I'll tell you everything. Just promise not to get mad, Mr. Angelo," said the client. "I'll see about that. Now would you please spill the beans?" The girls came out of Macbeth's after the dinner. There was still a lot of time before the day would end. It was, however, a time to go home and take care of housework. It is usually better to do it before the sun sets. It lets you sleep better. "Thank you for the afternoon. I think I needed it for sure," said Giovanna. "It was a really nice afternoon indeed," said Ursula. "I'm looking forward to see Angelo when he finishes his job. I wonder what took him so far away," said Lily. "Me too. I'm sure it's going to be a fascinating story," said Sarah. "Yeah, I wonder how long it's going to be," said Ursula. "Oh, don't worry. I'm sure it's going to pass sooner than you'll notice," said Lily. "Yeah, I hope so," said Giovanna. The girls were approaching a tram station. Giovanna and Ursula noticed a tram going the way to their homes, so they started running towards it. They ran as fast as they could, but they couldn't make it. The tram went away. "When is the next tram coming?" asked Ursula. Giovanna looked at the timetable. "Sarah will get on her tram sooner." "Then I guess we could talk a bit longer," said Sarah. "Yeah, sure, why not?" said Lily. "So, what do you plan for when you get back?" "Oh, some magic training with Aunt Caitlin," said Sarah. "I have a little cleanup to do at home and then maybe I'll try to train Tarot," said Giovanna. "As for us, we are currently looking for a way to miniaturize my console controllers," said Ursula. "Let me guess, it's for Lily?" asked Sarah. "Yeah, I have some games from Human Realm I'd like to try out," said Lily. "I wonder what your taste looks like," said Sarah. Just then, she noticed that her tram was coming. "Oh, it looks like I'll be going now." But right as Sarah was getting ready, Giovanna's phone rang. She was greatly surprised when she saw who the caller was. "Hold on, it's Angelo." "What? Why would he call you now?" said Ursula. "I've no idea." Not wanting to be kept in uncertainty, Giovanna answered the phone. "Hello, darling." "Hello, mi amore. Am I calling at an inopportune moment this time?" said Angelo. "No, not at all. Did something happen?" "Yeah, I can't freaking believe it myself, but I'm going back to Offen Heights." Giovanna felt a shock even greater than when she discovered Angelo was going abroad. After all, she expected him to return a long time later. Wait, weren't you supposed to come back in like 3 days at least? She asked. Yeah, but there was a small change of plans, said Angelo. Where are you now? In a taxi going to the train station. You wanna pick me up? I'll be going to the Offenheit main station. I'll call you when I'll be in the city. But why are you returning so early? That's a really funny story. I'll tell you all over some supper. You fancy some sushi? Yeah, sure, that's not a bad idea. Great, then we're set. And with that, Angelo hung up. Giovanna was visibly shocked. She was glad that Angelo was coming back so early, but why was it? It was impossible that he has done his job so quickly. Hey, I couldn't hear everything, but is Angelo coming back right now? Asked Sarah. I can't believe it myself, but yes, he's coming back. That was really quick. I wonder why this whole mission took him so little time, said Ursula. Yeah, me too, said Giovanna. Angelo was devouring his futamaki with definitely too much wasabi. He was mixed between love and anger. So, why have you come back so early? Wasn't your big gig supposed to be really hard and time-consuming? Asked Giovanna. Yeah, it was supposed to, but it was easier than any of us could have expected, said Angelo, between pieces of sushi. In fact, there was no gig at all. The girls fell silent from the surprise. But didn't you tell me that you had some argument between ogres to mediate in? Said Giovanna. Yeah, but they solved everything themselves. Anyway, I got it arranged so that it counts as another job well done on my account. One by one, everyone started laughing at the absurd of what happened. A task that solves itself. That couldn't have been predicted by Giovanna's tarot cards. And despite how annoyed he was, Angelo was glad that it turned out the way it did. For a simple reason. This was the 12th gig he did for Mr. Ovid. One more, and he could be free to see his family once again. For once, he hoped that Mr. Ovid gave him a job quickly. He couldn't wait for the end of his contract.